The untimely introduction of plantation white sugar onto the domestic trading floor by Santander presents an imminent threat to the local sugar industry. In the days ahead, the Export Processing Zone Committee is likely to consider an application by the company for a waiver to sell milled sugar internally. The concern, should that contract be granted, is the adverse effect of competition on existing price regimes elsewhere within the industry.
While the local market is important, it's important to us and to farmers because it's a part of the pricing formula for the price that is paid to cane farmers per ton of sugarcane that they produce. So it's important for us, and we recognize that it also impacts heavily anyone who's involved in the sugar industry in the northern part of the country.
ASR-BSI is one of only several key stakeholders in the large-scale production of sugar in Belize. Others include a trio of associations representing the interests and welfare of cane farmers. Together, they have written the EPZ committee recommending that Santander's application be rejected. Salvador Martin is the chairman of the Belize Sugar Cane Farmers Association.
We send them a letter showing him the results, the impacts that will damage us like the Corozal or in Night, that we depend directly from the cane farmers, sugar or anything like how it say. We only got the sugar industry, like I say. I don't know if you understand me. I will say that we depend direct from the cane, from the sugar, and then in other words, we can accept, it's unacceptable, a waiver permission, make them get the concession of 30% of the direct consumption in Belize.
According to a letter written by the joint associations, granting Santander permission to sell 3,500 tons of white sugar and 1,500 tons of brown sugar in the local market will see a reduction in the cane prices paid to farmers. The net loss, based on the calculation per ton of cane, is $1.65. Those figures have been presented to the EPZ committee.
About the letter, we still send it to the committee to the end. To the APC board, telling them why we are so worried in that waiver, and we still give them a copy, and we give them figures that how will affect we direct. If they produce that 30% in our country, the cane farmers, we are facing to lose more than $1.65 direct in our payment.
Santander coming on board with white and brown sugar not only threatens the livelihoods of thousands of cane farmers operating in northern Belize, it also jeopardizes the status quo based on the existing Sugar Act.
We have a very good relationship with our farmer associations, some more than others, but we know that we're in the same boat. What impacts the farmers impacts us. We just want the competition to be fair and that the rules for any investor are adhered to make sure that it is in the best interests of the country and the general population that is impacted or makes their livelihood by producing that product. The sugar industry up north has a set of rules that is actually laid out very clearly in the Sugar Act. We then have the commercial agreements with the sugarcane farmers, the sugarcane farmers associations that dictates exactly what we do. We don't have the liberty of not paying attention to the Sugar Act. That's what guides the entire industry up north. It has many stakeholders. We have government as a stakeholder, we have the farmer associations, and of course you have BSI as the miller as a stakeholder in all of that. So it's a three-legged stool, and we as a company devise our strategy using our strengths and our weaknesses as an industry, because as cliche as it may be, you're only as strong as your weakest link. We have to move our farmers in the direction that we need to go.
That direction is a move toward direct consumption sugar.
With the changes in the EU regime in October 2017, we have been very strategic in our preparation for global competition. Competition on a global scale, because sugar is definitely, with the prices that we're seeing on the world market, every little bit counts. So as much as possible, we have to create a competitive edge. We have been investing in a direct consumption sugar expansion project with the idea that value-added sugar, there's no place for raw sugar. Value-added products like direct consumption sugar is the way to go. So we have been preparing for competition globally.
That preparation does not include the likelihood of competition on the local front. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.